Hi, I'm Jessica Gregory, and this is my EcoBuzz. Here in West Michigan, we understand how important water is to all of us. But something that often gets overlooked are the areas adjacent to that water. In fact, what's present along the banks is just as important as, if not even more than, the water itself. Seem a little unlikely? Come along with me to find out.
Vegetation that grows along waterways like rivers and streams makes up what is known as a riparian zone or buffer zone. Believe it or not, riparian buffers help keep the water healthy and clean and heavily influence the appearance and quality of the waterway over time. Here's how. First, riparian buffers increase water quality by filtering out pollutants. Think about it. When it rains, that water either flows across the ground's surface or is absorbed into the soil, but it eventually makes its way into streams, rivers, and groundwater. That water carries with it whatever particles it picks up along the way, like nutrients from fertilizers and animal manure, chemicals from pesticides, salt or compounds from roadways or parking lots, trash. You get the idea.
All of that is later deposited into the waterways, and that water is utilized for wildlife, agriculture, recreation, drinking, and more, so it matters what's in it. Buffer zones are especially good at filtering excess nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus, which mainly come from fertilizers and animal manure. While all living things need some of these nutrients, too much of a good thing is bad, especially when it comes to water.
Riparian buffers consist of native vegetation like grasses, shrubs, and trees, all of which actively absorb both water and nutrients via their roots, while also slowing water down and allowing it to soak into the ground. Second, buffer zones increase the stability of the banks, which deters further erosion. While soil erosion is a natural process that moves sediment from one place to another, it can cause drastic changes to a landscape over time.
Most people don't think of sediment as a pollutant, but too much sediment in the water from erosion can actually destroy habitat and contribute to water temperature increases, which are unsuitable for aquatic wildlife like fish.
Plant roots help to hold soil and sediments in place along waterways, preventing or slowing erosion and, in the process, preserving the stream channel by minimizing changes to depth and width.
Third, buffer zones improve flood control by reducing the severity of flood events for areas downstream, saving communities thousands of dollars in potential damages.
They do this by slowing water flow and decreasing water runoff from land.
And finally, buffer zones provide critical native habitat for both aquatic and terrestrial species like macroinvertebrates, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and birds. Not only does the vegetation itself provide habitat space, but it also shades the water and keeps it cool, which is ideal for fish like trout and other salmonids.
Woody debris from trees that falls along riverbanks also provides natural shelter and protection for wildlife, in addition to food sources for fish, amphibians, and aquatic invertebrates. On the other hand, natural buffers can even help discourage the presence of unwanted wildlife, such as Canada geese.
Because no one likes to be on cleanup duty. Buffer zones are really important. To keep our water healthy and clean, we have to make sure that the land and vegetation adjacent to that water is healthy and thriving too. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, happy naturing.
This video was sponsored by the Rogue River Watershed Partners through a watershed support grant from the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy.